Pronouns are she, her, and POIs verbally. I will start now. The goal of this debate is that both sides simply want to create an atmosphere where therapy is reliable, accessible, and affordable to all people from across the world. So our team has successfully proved to you how mainstream therapy is totally reliable and will continue to do so and to help many people across the world. So first of all, coming straight to our clarification, is that first of all, everyone can somehow be considered a therapist as long as they have those basic criteria, which we have mentioned really clearly throughout this entire debate. First of all is positivity. Like they'll always smile and they encourage others around them to think outside of their comfort zone. This can look simple. It doesn't have to be complex, like telling somebody a personal story or an inspirational quote. And secondly, it's encouraging. They encourage others to do good deeds. For instance, your parents can also be considered your first ever therapist, since they have always been there for you whenever you needed it, and provide you with necessary support and encouragement. And that's enough to be considered as a therapist. So therefore, you don't have to graduate from an elite university with excellent degree to have enough qualifications to tell someone simply to cheer up. And we believe that this can look really simple without any complex, because therapy is not like prescribing someone with actual medicine. It's not like prescribing someone with like a whole list of what they need to do, of what they need to take with them whenever they went. Because we believe that therapists are basically someone who talks to you and who cheers you up whenever you're having some difficulties in your life. And this can be done through both online and offline, because nowadays there's a lot of apps which can connect you to an online therapist which have degrees from across the world. So coming straight to our clashes, we believe that in this debate there are two main clashes that one needs to consider. The first one is on reliability, and the second is on accessibility. So let's tackle each of them. First is on reliability. Who are the type of people who are most likely to be self-anointed mental health experts? Someone who cares for the community and who wants to spread positivity. We believe that misinformation and unreliability is less likely to happen and will never happen, since there's a big differences between telling someone to think positively and prescribe someone with medicine for mental health problems or other kinds of diseases. So what did proposition say on this? First of all, they say to us on oversimplification, and second is on exploitation. So first on oversimplification, they tell us that it is not suitable for people who actually needed help. It caused harm, since the only way to solve this is by sleeping more, drink water. Like people online might tell you to smile and drink more water, and that is not good for people who actually need help. We believe that this is very vague, since this point raised by Prop don't actually look at the whole issue. If people really have mental health issues and it's so severe and they can't even think straight, they actually need medication to go to hospital. But what is really the harm by telling people online to stay healthy and go on a diet? We believe that simplification is the first step to help anyone ease their mind. If you're facing stress, you're unlikely to take medicine right away. You're unlikely to go to an actual office to seek for professional help, because as an average person with average intelligence, you will start to find the symptoms online and you will start to hear a lot of videos that explain the basic common symptoms of what you're currently experiencing. They also tell us how this undermines professional healthcare. Notice that all the examples you mentioned doesn't bring any harm to viewers themselves. We believe that getting information beforehand is such an important process, and all of that information that people might look up online are all backed up by professional evidence. For example, if you have ADHD, then like some people online might tell you that you cannot focus on anything and you have severe distraction. And we don't think this is like really false information, and people are more likely to notice their conditions and symptoms online. How do Prop expect people to seek professional help if they aren't even aware of what they're even having? And this teaches people warning signs of mental health conditions. Moreover, it also provides early intervention techniques like grounding exercises and mindfulness techniques, which have been proven really clearly by both my first and second speaker. Especially if we're talking about Therapy-Tok, the platform TikTok has taken drastic measures of more than ever. Like they have policies that will delete content that they suspect harmful to users, etc. So TikTok is a very good platform when it comes to safety and when it comes to positivity. The second is on another point which they mention is on exploitation. For example, they say to us about views and profits. We will still be charitable and take the even if case. Even if they do exploit and made up their personal stories, why is this such a bad thing? When at the end of the day, the main goal of their content is to spread positivity and educate people about the severity of some common mental health problems. Sure, they might made up that they have ADHD, they might made up that they have like stress, or they might made up that they have some certain kind of mental health issues, but their main goal of this content is still to connect with users and still want to educate users about the severity of some of the symptoms of mental health problems. So there's no harm, even if they might made up their personal stories or they might tell lies to other people, because they still educate the users on some of the most common mental health problems out there. And accessibility, I think we surely won on this point because proposition never mentioned how they're going to reach accessibility in the first place. As for us, we actually allow people to have beforehand information, and we even encourage them to seek professional help, even better, from our side of the house. So very proud to oppose.